Welcome to San Andreas, I'm CJ from Grove Street. Land of the heinous, gangbangers in cold heat. In Los Santos, neighbors get no sleep. Beefing with anybody, competing, even police. Fold deep in the green rag with gold feet. Blast with the flag on the strap, that's
And very good afternoon. Right, first we will talk about the solid liquid extraction. Okay, solid liquid extraction. Solid liquid extraction is similar to LLE, which is liquid extraction, except that the solute is dispersed in a solid matrix rather than in a carrier liquid. The solid phase containing the solute is dispersed in the solvent and mixed. The solute is extracted from the solid phase to the solvent, and the solid phase is then removed by filtration. Solid liquid extraction, there are two types, which is drying and filtration. Based on our experiment here, we are going to use a filtration, which is filtration is the separation of a solid from a liquid by using porous medium, which retains the solid and allows liquid to pass through. They have desired and undesired phase. In filtration process, the desired and undesired can be both phases, liquid or solid. Desired mostly will be solid liquid, or undesired will be liquid solid. Alright, rate of filtration. Rate of filtration, first is the area of filtering surface, viscosity of the filtrate, drop of pressure from the filter medium, resistance of filter medium, and medium layer of cake. And lastly, we'll talk about the application. The application for the filtration is clip frame air filter, which will happen we go into the procedure next.
Afternoon. Today I will explain about the general startup procedure in the leaching process or solid liquid extraction process. Firstly, we must mix 3 kg of calcium carbonate powder into a 5 liter of water, and then transfer it to the slurry tank. After that, switch on the main pump. Before we running this experiment, we must check every filter frame in sequence order. As you can see, the sequence is already correct, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then check any leakage between the filter frame to ensure that the process is going well and do not have any problem. And then we adjust this following pressure into the 4000 psi. After that we adjust this pressure gauge into 2 bar, and then switch on the slurry switch to let the mixing process occur. And lastly, push the start button for the experiment to continue. Okay, that's all for me.
Okay, Assalamualaikum. Right now I will continue Mr. Shafiq procedure. Okay, after we push the start button, the pump will be start. So the mixture from this slurry tank will flow into this pipeline, and then it will be transferred into this pipe. So it will go through the filter frame here. So at this point, the solid liquid extraction process is occur. Stop. So from the start earlier, before we adjust the pump into 4000 psi. If you can see there, this is the pump we adjust before. So we adjust it to 4000 psi. So the water pressure will be higher, so that it can flow at the fast moving velocity. So this is the pressure where it limits the pressure for the water flow through the filter frame. Through the filtration process, so I will tell a bit about the pressure gauge here. This pressure gauge will control the flow rate from the slurry tank through the filtration frame. So it will control the flow rate for the pump here. It goes from here. Okay, after the mixture from the slurry tank go through this each layer of this frame filter, it will go the water residue after the extraction process will go through these three output here, output pipe, and the water will come out here. So based on our data analysis and the result, we must do analysis about the volume against time graph. So for this process, we must take this 5 liter jug here. So we will get the water here. We will get every 5 liter. We will take the record the time. So we will do this process repeatedly for until the water turns into a pure water, and the calcium carbonate will be trapped in this filter frame. So that's how the solid liquid extraction process occur for the experiment. Tiga.
Alright, after we done all the experiment, the shutdown procedure goes like this. First, we must off the stirrer of the slurry tank, and we must stop the pump, stop the process. After that, we must open the air discharge to let the membrane, filter membrane be deflated. Then, we remove this knob anti-clockwise to reduce the pressure of the piston. After the reduce of pressure is, after the piston pressure be reduced, we open this. After we move this knob anti-clockwise to reduce the pressure of the piston, we move this thrust bar upward like this and move the moving platen backward. Okay, in order to remove the filter membrane. Then we move, let the filter membrane closer to the platen moving plate, and while at the same time make sure that the tray below is present right here, so that any slurry will go right here. After that, we remove the filter membrane to clean any residue that stuck here using this plastic scraper. Okay. After that, we take it back like here and moving all the process back. Make sure that this slurry tank is being cleaned up. By opening this valve, so any other remaining residue in here will be flushed out of the system. After that, after all of this done, we switch off the main switch. Okay, that's all.
Assalamualaikum and very good evening. So today I'm going to show a general calculation for plate and frame filtration process. Cake filtration is adapted to filtration of solid liquid suspension containing more than 0.1 particles. The particle accumulating on the surface of a cloth or sheet form a porous layer or cake which become the main filtering medium. When a fluid passes through a porous medium, the relationship between pressure drop delta P and flow rate dV over dt. So this is the general formula, which is delta P equal to 1 over S dV over dt times with mu and R, which is S is equal to cross-sectional area in the unit meter square. Mu is the dynamic viscosity of the fluid in the unit Pascal time with second, and R is the flow resistance which is meter power of -1. In cake filtration, the total pressure delta P can be composed into pressure drop across the cloth and across the cake. So this is the second formula in the cake filtration. delta P1 is equal to 1 over S times with dV over dt times mu and Rs. And the second one, delta P2 equal to delta S times with dV over dt times with nu and Rg, which is Rs is equal to closed resistance and Rg is equal to cage resistance. Where then continue when the cake gets thicker. According to we can use this formula, which is Rg equal to R times with C times with V divided by S, which is a C equal to concentration of suspension, R is a specific cake resistance, and V is volume of the suspensions. Then we can regenerate the formula, which is when equal to constant flow rate. For example, when the total pressure is dropped, delta P equal to mu times with C times with R divided by S to the power of 2 times with V plus mu times with Rs divided by S times with dV over dt. Then when the flow rate at the constant flow rate, delta P is equal to mu times with C times with R and Q power of 2 divided by S2 times with T plus mu times with Rs times with Q divided by S. Then for the final step, when we want to find out the filtration curve, which is V, the formula is T over V equal to N times with C times with R divided by 2 times S to the power of 2 delta P times V and plus mu times with Rs divided by S delta P. Okay, that's it. The general formula when to calculate plate and frame filtration process for the solid liquid extraction. Thank you.